Welcome, everyone. I'm Kimberly Bushman, and this is the Intentionally Intuitive podcast. In this episode, we're going to take a look at each life path number, the forecast for the new moon that's occurring on September 14th or 15th, depending on where you live within the world. So before we break it down, I just want to mention that this is, of course, a general reading. If you're interested in a personalized reading where we'll take a look at your own personal numerology in a variety of ways, please book some time with me. My information is in the description box below. I would love to work with you. All right, so let's go ahead and take a look. Life Path 22-4. So you have some big energies coming in around this new moon. So you have the 8 energy and the energy of the hawk. So let's start with hawk. So with hawk energy, there's something here about conquests or clear vision or using your discernment. And so, you know, we think of like the hawk, right? So hawk eyes. So, or, you know, just having like this broader perspective onto something, or this very clear vision as far as what it is that you want, or what it is that you're willing to or wanting to go after, and what it is that you're willing to sort of put into that effort, right? Or the effort that you're willing to put in. So I think of like with hawk energy, you know, the hawk is very discerning about where it's going to expend its energy. It's not going to just hunt every single thing because it's going to run out of energy, and it needs that fuel from the prey to be able to keep it going. And so it's going to like be very discerning in what it goes for and what it does not go for. And so there's something here for you, especially with 8 energy coming through in this cycle, because 8 energy is all about like the physical plane, right? Money, resources, career, expert, you know, being the expert at something, status, power, etc. So there's definitely something here, 22s, where it's saying, be very discerning in what you say yes to, like what you commit to, where it is that you put your energy, where it is that you sort of lock your talons into and hold on to. Because, you know, with 22-4 energy, 4 energy especially, it's such a loyal, committed energy that sometimes once we do that, like once we commit to something, it's really hard to pry those talons off of that because the 22-4 is like, all right, I'm going to see this through to completion, even if it kills me. So it can be a very loyal, dedicated energy. And so, you know, you're not meant to like sort of change who you are in that aspect, because that's such a big component of what brings success to the 22-4 is that ability to have that persistence and continue to move towards what it is, whatever that solution is. But with hawk energy coming through, there's just this reminder, especially for 22-4s, to be very discerning in what it is that you choose to say yes to, because, or commit to, right? And really lock into, because you don't want to, you know, expend your precious energy into something that you don't want, or that doesn't make sense, you know, for the long term, or that isn't really sustainable. Especially when it has to come when it comes to like relationships or work or anything like that, you know, and sometimes we don't know. So of course we have to follow our intuition, which is another big part of 4 energy. So, you know, follow that heart center, but be very discerning around this new moon, because it's potential that there could be some opportunities that come in for you, especially around work or very physical things. So buying or selling a house, getting, you know, buying new resource, or, you know, having more resources come in, getting some kind of status change, which then of course brings more responsibility type thing. And so you just want to, of course, look at all of that and make sure that it feels aligned for you before you commit. And again, use your discernment. You might feel the pressure though from the outside, where it's like trying to sort of influence your decision, whether that's the hefty new paycheck, or, you know, the family that thinks it's more viable than what you're doing, or whatever, right? And so that's where I say, follow your intuition, follow your heart center, but be very discerning in whatever it is that you choose to lock into around this new moon, right? And also sort of perhaps have a change of perspective, like change your perspective in some way. So whether that's, you know, talking it through with a friend, or getting expert advice, or, whatever way would allow you to sort of gain a broader perspective is definitely supported at this time, because there may be some things, if you're too dialed into the details, if you're too dialed into your own perspective or what you're sort of being told, you may miss something that's important. So just be aware of that, because very few things get past the hawk in the natural world, right? Okay, and then with the 8 energy, again, this could bring in some kind of inheritance. This could bring in some kind of legal settlement or proceedings at this time. I would say just make sure that if there is some kind of contract that you're signing at this time, whether it's for career or some kind of settlement or something like that, just make sure that you are really reading that fine print, that you're asking all the questions, that you feel confident that your best interest is being taken into consideration. That's really, really important. And yeah. The other thing with this 8 energy could, of course, see some kind of opportunity for advancement or promotion or career change or career opportunity. So that can come to the forefront around this time, especially during a new moon. And this could be like a storyline that starts that, unfolds as you continue on. Because whatever this is, just because you're a 22-4 and because this is 8 energy, when the 4 and the 8 get together in a cycle, there's usually a greater vision, 8 energy, that is meant to be sort of manifested from the unmanifest to the manifest. Because the 8 and the 4 are part of the manifesting triad. So there's definitely something that wants to be birthed into the physical plane that has the potential to be very successful and also has the potential to have a good impact, like have an impact for the greater good, right? And so that's why I say just make sure you're discerning in whatever it is that you commit to around this time. Make sure it feels right, looks good, all those things. But definitely, I love when 8 and 4 energy come together, because again, the 8 is focused on the bigger vision, and the 4 brings the focus on the details and the steps, and it has the potential to create something that could be wildly successful. And so I would definitely say that any kind of like business opportunity, business partnerships, anything that you're kind of being asked to take a risk on or collaborate with, or et cetera, that could potentially enhance your financial security, your business, security, whatever. These 2 energies coming together, even though it's a short cycle, but it's a new moon, so it's the start of a new storyline potentially. I just think don't be too quick to dismiss whatever comes in for you around this time, but also be discerning. So, because it does have the potential with these 2 energies to be very successful. It will take time, but it does have the potential to be very successful. And then what you can do with that success for the greater good can also be significant. So beautiful energies, 22-4s. I'm loving it. So I hope it's a great new moon for you all. Take care. Bye for now.